earlier there were more jobs. Now there are fewer jobs, but maybe more specialized ones. So having a plain degree
Yes.
is not going to suffice.
You have to upgrade your knowledge. You have to learn new skills which are coming up. If you
Yeah.
stop learning, I call it knowledge obsolescence. If there is knowledge obsolescence at any age, right, then you are finished. I mean, that applies for me also. At age 63, I am putting in effort to learn things. Otherwise, how do I go and teach the Zenji people who probably know more about the new tools than me? To remain relevant, you need to learn. That pressure was not there 20 years ago because things were not changing as fast as it is doing now. So you have to adopt and adapt.
What advice do you generally give to your students who graduate from IIM?
I generally give them three plain and simple advice. One is read more. Second is explore life more. And third is have confidence on yourself. Life will seem to be unfair, which it is many times, but at the end of the day, karma takes its toll. If you have put in good work, that will come back to you. These are the three plain and simple advice that I give to my students from the beginning till date. I
Right.
think I have
Sir,
said that to you also when you were a student
yes,
in
yes.
IIMC Dhenkanal.
Sir, the most impactful advice that you gave me on the last day on the campus has still stuck with me. We were all wondering, ki, how do we turn internships into employment? You said getting a job is like getting into a local train of Mumbai. Your first objective is to get inside. Whether you get a seat or not, that's a matter of a later thing. And that has really stuck with me. What kind of jobs are students getting after graduate?
Mainstream journalism still have jobs, but the percentage has come down. There are jobs in content creation. There are jobs in marketing, digital marketing, social marketing, marketing. So percentage wise, still now, I can tell you only about my institution because I do not know about other institutions. But in my institution, what journalism course, about 50% of them still get absorbed in core journalism area, and about 20-30% they get into content creation. Rest of them get into public relation and other digital marketing, the social media marketing, etc. That is the pattern that I see in the last, say, 5-6 years.
Hello and welcome to the show Indian Media with Dhiren and Experts. Here we discuss trends and opportunities that impact careers in the media and the entertainment sector. I'm your host Dhiren. We are recording this on Teachers Day, 5th September, and our guest is my former teacher from IIMC Dhenkanal, Professor Mrinal Chatterjee. He's a multilinguist academic who has authored over 5 books, and more importantly, he has taught a generation of media professionals in the past 3 decades. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, Professor Chatterjee. It's a pleasure to have you with us on this auspicious day. I just want you to take us through your career journey so that our audience also knows what all achievements you have in your resume. There's, of course, your Wikipedia page, but if you can add more flavor to it, that will be great.
I remember Khushwant Singh telling Amrita Pritam, your entire biography could be written within a revenue ticket. रशीदी टिकट में सारा समेट जाएगा. If Amita Pritam could be told like that, मेरा तो बिल्कुल एक डॉट में समेट जाएगा. I'm a journalist turned media academician. I did my PhD and DLit from Berhampur University. After I joined academics, I've written about 8 books now on mass communication, and I also write fiction, screenplays for television, serial, and I have interest in cartoons also. I do not draw, but I have interest in cartoons. So I'm presently writing a book on and cartoonists of India Basically, it tries to map the comic art tradition in India from wall writing to scrolls to cartoon to me, the entire spectrum. That is what I'm interested in, and that's what I'm writing present. That's it.
That sounds exciting, sir.
And I have
And
been teaching for
correct.
this year will be the 26th year of teaching, and before that, 15 years of journalism. That makes me a pretty old man.
You've been saying this for quite a long time, but you never seem to age. And that also brings me to the first question that, what is the age-old advice that you've always given to your students who graduate from IMC?
I generally give them three plain and simple advice. One is read more. Second is explore life more. And third is have confidence on yourself. Life will seem to be unfair, which it is many times, but at the end of the day, karma takes its toll. If you have put in good work, that will come back to you. These are the three plain and simple advice that I give to my students from the beginning till today. I
Right.
think I have
Sir,
said that to you also when you were a student
yes,
in
yes.
IIMC Dhenkanal.
Sir, the most impactful advice that you gave me on the last day on the campus has still stuck with me. It was like we were all wondering ki, now from here we'll go from Dhenkanal, we'll go to Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Chandigarh, wherever we were. And we were figuring out how do we turn internships into employment? How do we land permanent jobs? All those things. And you said getting a job is like getting into a local train of Mumbai. Your first objective is to get inside. Whether you get a seat or not, that's a matter of a later thing. And that has really stuck with me. And so I have made it like a operating system for myself. My first objective is to get in. Then I'll reserve a seat for myself. And so in the past so many years since we graduated and now, what's the major difference that you see in the student quality that is coming in?
Student quality, I see more students who are not very focused. They do not have any clue as to what do they want to do in life. So that is one thing that I found in this 2.5 decades. And another thing is, in say 20 years back, we usually got students who are aware of what's happening around socially, politically, what's happening around them. I mean, they're more connected with society at large. That is somehow has come down, and which is
Hmm.
a pity.
Hmm.
The present
I
generation of
remember.
students that we are getting for, say, 4, 5, 6 years, they are not very well connected with all the stratas of the society. Maybe they are connected with one kind of society and they have no clue how do the other societies behave or how are they living. So that is one thing that worries me also when I look at the future of media. That's worrisome. Yeah, you were telling something there.
I remember that in my batch, I was the only person who had a desktop in my room. Laptops had not even come. And that desktop became like a
Mm.
community place. So everyone would come, write their thesis, do their homeworks. But when it comes to the awareness about the society, each of us came with a lived experience of seeing something happen. And we believe that it can be corrected or made better through journalism. That was our motivation. And right now, as you correctly pointed out, most of the students or Gen Zers lack that kind of lived experience. They are not moved by something so much that they believe in the power of pen.
And that happened especially because probably Gen Z is insulated from the society. Probably they are
Hmm,
insulated
hmm,
by parents,
hmm,
by the kind of life that they get to live. There is disconnect. And when it comes to
hmm.
media, when you deal with society at large, that disconnect probably doesn't help. The more connected you are with the society, probably a better communicator you can. That's how I believe and I feel strongly.
Another thing which has emerged as a pattern is the dropping interest in pursuing journalism. So, how do you see this?
At IIMC Dhenkanal, where I have been teaching for the last 25, 26 years, say a decade, even a decade ago, We used to get students who were very focused that I have to do journalism, and that's why I have chosen this course. Now, students are not very interested in journalism per se. They are interested in media, but not in journalism per se. Probably advertisement, in public relation, in content creation, in digital marketing, stuff like that. So journalism as a focus area, for very many reasons, probably is not the center of attraction for many students who are opting for media as their profession.
Right.
Earlier, that used to be the center. If I'm joining a media institution, most of them, I mean, almost 50%, 60% of them are focused. I want to be journalist. That attraction probably is no longer there. There could be
I
very
see.
many
Definitely,
reasons,
there is a.
but truth is, yes,
So I believe that there are now more avenues also that you study media or mass communication and explore careers in non-journalism streams. And content creation has
absolutely.
come up as a huge attraction for. Yeah.
There,
And it also allows them,
there
I
have
think,
been
to be
many.
entrepreneurs, self-starters.
Absolutely. There have been many openings which have opened thanks to the digital technology and AI and all. I was just reading a report and it says that digital and online gaming is emerging as front runners of revenue, right?
Yes.
And the entire revenue that the digital world gets in M&E sector, gaming was just about 20 20% in 2019. In 2023, it has grown to 38%. Just see, gaming, right? And
Yeah.
you see the growth of, say, newspapers, the legacy media. Even, even you can see television. The viewership of television stagnated. Legacy media, except the vernacular media, English is negative, the growth. So I guess there are other avenues which are emerging. Digital marketing is emerging. Influencer marketing is emerging as career opportunities, and there is probably more money there. Probably there is more quote unquote job satisfaction there. If you do something and get instant result, then you get that satisfaction. Probably it's more there. So there are more opportunities now in media.
Yeah. Sir,
Probably
in
that
such a
is one
case,
of the reasons why.
yeah. Sir,
Yes,
in such a case,
tell me.
how do you think that journalism schools like IIMC or any other brand for that matter can really cater to the demand or the requirements of the generations who want to do something in media? Is it time
There
that
is
we
opportunity.
rebrand? Yeah. Sorry, sir, continue.
There is an opportunity. There is a need. Right. And I believe there are students, young men and women, who want to do something for the society through journalism, and they still have that faith on journalism that through this, yes, we can do something which can have an impact on the society. Right. So what we need to do probably is to look at our syllabus more closely and make it more relevant to the society, and also factor the technological innovations, because we cannot go solo without taking the technology along. We need to take technology along. So that could be done, I guess. Yes, if every year we look at the syllabus and make it more society relevant, probably yes, we can posit journalism as something to which a section of students who want to do something, the urge, flair, trait should be there
Yes.
within the young men and women. Yes, they can do, and we can also.
So from industry perspective, what we usually see when it comes to communications by brands, they have to leverage social quite a bit, and they do rely on PR, and PR also has a mix of traditional versus new age media and all those things. And what we see is people who are handling social media, new age media, they don't necessarily come from a background or a brand like IMC. They are all self-taught. So my question to you is, if suppose tomorrow journalism schools start a course in media, would that impact its brand?
Journalism schools do have courses in public relations. If that's
No,
what
sir.
you
I'm
want to know from
talking
me,
about
yes, they are.
if journalism. No, no, no. My question is if journalism schools start courses in social media, in digital media, and it not only journalism, it's about content creation, it's about live streaming, and all those things.
Yes, yes, that's the need of the hour. That's the need of the hour. In fact, we have started courses on digital media because
Okay.
anything that is coming now within the domain of media and in communication technology is growing at a very fast rate. AI is coming and it's changing the entire, it's a great disruptor
Yeah.
actually. It's changing the entire scenario. So we must teach our students the cutting edge, the emerging technology, cutting edge technology, what's going to happen in 2, 3, 5 years. Of course, all schools should do that. All departments of university teaching media should factor all these. And IMC has already done that. And I believe
Right.
many
Sir,
other
IMC,
universities are also
sir, IMC has also extended the program from 9 months to 2 years.
a master's
So,
program. We are now university.
yeah. So
We have started our master.
those are like, how does it help now? The earlier 9 months was in campus and we would learn and go out. That was it. Now in 2 years, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because the 2 year extension also came after a lot of time. Was it too late and too
Look,
little?
this is a master's program. This is a master's program. And that used to be a diploma program. There are differences. In diploma program, which is industry focused, absolute industry focused. So the emphasis used to be more on skill. Still there. Those diploma programs are still running.
Mhm.
The emphasis is more on skill set. From day one, if you remember, we used to put focus on practicals, skill sets, little bit of history, little bit of theory, and then skill set, right? In a master's program, you go even deeper. You learn more of theory. Practice always will be there, theory always will be there, but you learn more. And if you want to go to academia, then you have to have a master's degree so that you can have a PhD later on. So
Right.
it's those who want to go in depth, those who have a flair for teaching or probably doing more research, they will do this master's program. Those
Okay.
who have set their mind, "Ki, I have to go to industry." So they, in a diploma program, they pick up those skill sets which are required by the industry now and probably in near future, because long-term future, what will be the shape, what will be the techniques, technologies, nobody can say. I mean, the way
Mhm.
science is developing. So that is the focus of diploma program.
Right.
So
So
these are
I wanted to
few
know one thing about you earlier mentioned that AI is a huge disruptor. How is AI affecting the learning outcomes of students?
two, three ways. Initially, because AI give you these opportunities in which you can write on anything in reasonably good English, 500 words on anything under the sun. You just give a command and you get that. But there is an impression that all learning is useless because AI has learned everything and AI is going to give us everything, whatever we need to pass the examination, to do rudimentary works, right? So in that way, probably it has impacted teaching learning initially, but this will not last longer because AI also has its limitation. You have been active in media, you have been very active in using technology. So you'd be in a position to know this, that AI aggregates, right,
Yes.
and gives you whatever has been fed into its system, right? Nothing more, nothing less, right?
Hmm.
In many times, there are areas where probably even data has not been fed into it, right? And in these positions, AI will say something which may not be true,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And if you use that, you are using
Hmm.
right. Let's give you an example. I write my Odia fiction in the name of Mrunal, Mrunal, right? And I have been writing for last how many years now? 40 years now. So I gave a prompt to AI, tell me something about Mrinal Chatterjee. It gave me whatever is there in the Wikipedia, right? In slightly changed languages and all, which AI will do. Then I gave a prompt, tell me something about Mrunal, Mrunal. It says I do not know. So I was little sorry also for myself. 40 साल से कुछ नहीं बता पा रहा एआई आई थॉट नोज एवरीथिंग गॉड कुछ नहीं बता पा रहा है मतलब जानता नहीं है राइट so there are many such things which probably AI has not been fed
Hmm.
and it cannot give you the right answer. Second thing is this probably from graduation onwards students will learn getting information has become very easy. You ask Google, you ask AI, you ask getting information has become very easy. But making a meaning out of those loads of information, that framing that perspective, that insight, for that you need teaching learning. For that you need handholding, which only a teacher can. So that
Yes.
understanding has to be there within the teaching community as well as in the student community, which is hopefully dawning now. And that's a good. In the schools, probably they have started copying more. Now that in WhatsApp also you can get answers to anything, right? Probably in Snapchat also the AI has come. So in schools, probably that thing you copy from there and put it there. That has grown. But in a matured level, probably students have realized that we cannot kind of use AI as a substitute for regular traditional teaching. That understanding gradually is done, which is a
I wanted to share one example. I created a website using AI and I plugged in all the AI engines to generate content on its own. The brief was very simple. You have to write about XYZ topics. This should be the focus, and you keep on generating it. And because it is AI, it does not know what really interests human. It just goes by volumes. So it aggregated everything, and the result that was created out of it, it created some 1,000 articles over 100 days. So 10 articles every day. That was the objective. The website on its own did not get any traffic. The kind of stories that were generated did not engage any reader. Even I felt very bored reading them. And almost all those 1,000 stories were all similar. Even after telling the AI chat engine to not repeat any ideas or the writing style. So I realized that it requires
I think
human intervention to know what really interests readers as well as viewers.
I mean, probably the algorithm will develop, probably scientists will be able to develop, AI to this level that they can think like humans do. But as it is now, and probably 5 years from now, beyond 5 years, you cannot see in today's technology. I mean, what can happen, you cannot predict beyond 5 years. So as things stand now and 5 years, so probably human, as you rightly said, human intervention will be badly required. However, thing that I want to flag here is that in media, it has become absolutely necessary that all these students, practitioners should know technology. And how do you use that technology? That probably everyone should need to study and know.
Yeah.
That has become
Mhm.
absolutely necessary.
That is
I mean,
very true.
if there is a good tool, ChatGPT 4 is there. So you can use it. What you need to do is to not rely on that field. You have
Yes.
to look at that and, okay, the first structure is there. Then you have to use it as per your own requirement. So you must be clear what is your requirement. You must be clear how do you want to put it, in which format you want to put it. And accordingly, you give prompt to AI and do not rely it on it fully. Use it as a good tool. That's the
Yes.
advice
Yes.
that I can give you to the students. You
Yeah.
go ahead and do
Absolutely.
use AI, all the tools that AI can throw, but do not rely on that fully. Use your
Hmm.
own brain also.
Yeah. And sir, one more thing I wanted to know. You have taught for 25, 26 years. You've seen so many professionals rise up in the ranks and become industry leaders. I wanted to know from you, what are the qualities that you see uniformly across these high achievers? What separates them from the rest?
One is perseverance. Perseverance. Second is that commitment to your work. Third, you must be ready to accept failures also. I tell that to my son also.
Hmm.
He takes failure very serious and he kind of gets obsessed with, which kind of hampers in the way of his further development. So one thing high achievers do when they fail, they accept that failure, they get detached from that failure and look at that failure to know why it failed, and they learn from there. They do not get obsessed with failure and get stuck there. That is one thing I have seen uniformly in all achievers. These three qualities: perseverance. Second is innovative ideas. I mean, you try different things, think from different perspectives. And third is this: do not take failure as the end of the world. Level.
What kind of jobs are students getting after graduating?
Mainstream journalism still have jobs, but the percentage has come down. Content creation, there are jobs in content creation. There are jobs in marketing, digital marketing, social marketing. So percentage wise, still now, I can tell you only about my institution because I do not know about other institutions. But in my institution, what journalism course, about 50% of them still get absorbed in core journalism area, and about 20-30% they get into content creation. Rest of them get into public relation and other digital marketing, the social media marketing, etc. That is the pattern that I see in the last, say, 5-6 years. That's
Right. So when we were getting placements, people who did not get into journalism, they were quite upset. And of course, we came from different motivations. Is there any kind of dissatisfaction now among students if they don't get into journalism but are okay to get into content jobs?
that is coming down. Yes, like
Hmm.
if I there are some students still there who are very focused to go into journalism. But the percentage of students opting for other courses than other jobs than journalism is growing
Hmm.
in the last, say, 10 years. They're happy
Right.
with the corporate corpcom jobs. They're happy with other jobs.
Hmm.
They're not very unhappy if they do not get a job in a mainstream media.
And sir, how about pursuing higher
And another thing
studies?
has happened. Entrepreneurship, right? Doing something on their own.
Hmm.
That is growing. Right.
Very nice.
Probably this technology has given this opportunity that something could be done by yourself in individual capacity, which could be monetized.
Yes.
That is gradually growing, which is a very,
Yeah.
I call it media entrepreneurship. That
Yes.
spirit of
Yes.
media entrepreneurship is growing. And this is mostly thanks to technology, which has enabled somebody to do this. And second, there are examples of people going solo and earning their livelihood and earning name also. I'm not talking about only influencers. I'm talking about people engaging in mainstream journalism as well. They are going solo, earning a decent sum, earning a name, and probably kind of a prestige in the in social strata. So that is also a role model that many students are opting for now,
So
and
do
at least
we
they're thinking in
teach
that.
entrepreneurship? Do we teach entrepreneurship as a subject or anything related to it? Or are we focusing only on
I
skills and
didn't
training?
get you, Dhiren. The audio is
Yeah. My question is,
low.
do we teach students entrepreneurship or business of journalism, media entrepreneurship, content creation,
Yes,
or
we
is
do.
it okay?
Yes, we do.
Nice.
In fact, we have started a course on that also, a master's program on that. And
Okay,
in diploma
that is very
courses
good.
also, in our syllabus, we have put in that. I mean, how do you start your own business and all? Media entrepreneurship. How can you be a media entrepreneur? We have started teaching students.
That is super, and so good to hear
And
as
that is
well.
required
More
also.
media. Yes.
Huh. And
So
that's required
I
also. I mean, Thanks to technology, somebody can do that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was unthinkable. Even 5 years ago, it was unthinkable that one can design a full magazine by himself or herself. अकेला कर लेगा. That was unthinkable. But now it's possible. फलाना टूल यूज करो, पूरा पेज डिजाइन कर लो. और आप फलाना टूल यूज करो, आपकी ग्रामर चेक हो जाएगा. So this is possible now. That's what I'm trying to tell you and those who are watching this show, that it's possible now to go so if you are good. And that's the caveat.
This also means that earlier there were more jobs. Now there are fewer jobs, but maybe more specialized ones. So having a plain degree
Yes.
is not going to suffice.
You have to upgrade your knowledge. You have to learn new skills which are coming up. If you
Yeah.
stop learning, I call it knowledge obsolescence, right? If there is knowledge obsolescence at any age, right, then you are finished. I mean, that applies for me also. At age 63, I am putting in effort to learn things. Otherwise, how do I go and teach the Zenji people who probably know more about the new tools than me? To remain relevant, you need to learn. That pressure was not there 20 years ago because things were not changing as fast as it is doing now. So you have to adopt and adapt, both the teachers and
Sir,
students.
that is very true. I want to know if there is a structure that you would recommend mid-career professionals to explore courses for higher studies. Because what happens, people go by trends or what's happening around them. They don't understand their own requirements, their own capabilities. And that really then does not deliver.
Dhiren, you have pointed to a very relevant area for mid-career professionals. I understand IIMs do have courses for mid-career professionals. They have understood the requirement and the need, right? And they have designed courses for mid-career professionals. Many good business schools have also done. When it comes to media, do not see such things till now. But yes, there is a requirement. And I think as a premier institution, we also should think in that line. I mean, create skill-based programs which a mid-career professional can come and do within, say, 15 days, 1 month, not more than 1 month, because that amount of time a professional cannot actually give without losing his salary and all. So that is necessary. Yes, that is necessary.
Even
I
an
think
online certification by IMC would carry a lot of weight. If you prepare course material online,
it's not only certification, Dhiren.
hmm,
It's actual stuff which should go between your ears and
hmm,
actually help you in discharging your work. Right. I mean, if I know this and can do something better than what I used to do earlier, that will help. And yes, there is a real pressing need for that in media.
hmm. Right. Good, sir. So those were my questions, and it was lovely talking to you. And wish you a very happy Teachers' Day as well from me and my classmates and everyone who follows you. Thank you so much for giving your time, sir. And it was a pleasure speaking with
Thank you, Dhiren. Thank you for this opportunity to talk about something which is very dear to my heart. And nice to meet you also. And I'll be looking forward to this kind of dialogue on media and different aspects of. Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you, sir.
And